It's vegan recipes with Pat and Emily.
I just got back from grocery shopping and there were strawberries that were really reduced for quick sell. So I decided to buy some and I'm going to show you how to make strawberry jam. First step, wash your berries, cut off any bad part and cut off the stems. Next, we're going to put those berries into a blender and pulp. I always use Sure-Jell for my jams and jellies, and I was surprised there's no instructions inside. On the back of the box, it wants you to go online. So for this particular recipe for strawberry jam, you are going to need 5 cups of mashed strawberries. That's about 2 quarts of fresh, and this is the consistency that I'm looking for. So this is cup number 5, and if you'll notice, I just make these little hash marks so I do not put too much or too little into my recipe. Now stir in the Sure-Jell, and I don't know if it's true, but you're always recommended to use a metal spoon. So get this all incorporated, bring it up to a full boil. Once it comes to that full boil, we're going to stir in the sugar. So while you're getting this up to that full boil, measure out 7 cups of sugar. Many recipes call for a little bit of butter to help prevent this foaming that happens, but I don't do that. I'll just take the foam off. Now, the fruit is boiling, but it needs to be to a full rolling boil, which means you cannot stir it down. So this still needs to cook. Okay, this is the full rolling boil, and now stir in your sugar. Be careful, this can really bubble up. Once you get all that sugar in, you're going to boil it for another minute. And actually, the minute has to be exact. I decided to make strawberry jam, and I'm putting it away to give as Christmas gifts. All of the sugar is stirred in, and now I need to bring it back up to a boil. And once it comes to that boil, we count 1 minute out. Be very careful at this point. My pot should have been larger. I'm ready to move it if I need to. And then just do this for 1 full minute and count it down. Okay, I'm moving it, as you can see, but it's still a full boil. I just don't want it to overflow. After 1 minute, I'll start putting it in the jars. At this point, I'm going to start scooping off the foam. I'll just bring it over and scoop it off. Fill your jars. My jars have been sterilized and heated up. And then leave at least a 1/2 inch headspace. Okay, if you have a little bit of foam on the top of your jars, you can just scoop it out. And it's very important at this time, before you put your lids on, that you clean the top of the jar so that you get a great seal. Put your bands on, make them pretty tight. Finish this process of getting your lids on and then either water bath or pressure cook. When your processing time is finished, immediately remove your jars from either your water bath or your pressure canner. They need to have a change of temperature quickly for the lids to pop. And soon you're going to hear that lovely popping sound. When the jars have cooled overnight, take the bands off, wash off the jars, label them, and then they are ready to be stored. To wrap up the video, you can see that it's starting to thicken, but it does take at least overnight for it to truly set up. So I'll see you next week.